Mood lighting. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm scheduled to stream in 30 minutes, but I'm starting a little early um, because I feel like it. And that happens to be, I have some stuff to do, frankly, um, on my main before we get to whatever other event we're doing tonight. Okay. Oh, that's right. So I'm just collecting some rumors and treasures in Ashkahet, which is one of the expansion areas of the latest pack. I just got this mount today because I finished a certain quest. It's my first mount of this style, which is pretty exciting, I think. It's a nest egg. All right. Yo, what? Okay, whatever. That's fine. We're still waking up, I guess. Ooh, yeah, little companion to match my mount, I guess. Cute. Disgusting, really, but cute. I should get a pet out. I'm gonna do a battleground real quick. Sort of in the background, I think. How's your week been? My week's been fine. Weird. You know? It's been weird. As you know, I'm looking for a job, a real job. Um, I just finished my second master's degree. Um, but that doesn't seem to be the thing that gets you a job anymore. I don't know what the thing is yet. I'm figuring that out. Um, what else? It's really hard to get myself to actually apply to the jobs. I find that I want to. Um, I kind of like. I just want them to come to me. I just want to. It's weird to talk about this while I'm trying to follow Thimble. A baby spider who's keeping me camouflaged. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Um, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I find myself self-handicapping, which is a term we use in psychology. Um, if you don't know what that is, it's pretty self-explanatory. Although it's not, right? Why do people self-handicap? Why do they, sort of write a bad cover letter intentionally because they think they're not worth whatever the job is, and then when they get the rejection, they can say, well, it was probably the letter or something like that, or I expected this or something like that. Um, I, I, I obviously do that example. That's why it came to mind, but I try not to anymore. Um, Although I really don't think that a company should be allowed to. I think they should request a cover letter after you apply. It's funny, both of the jobs I applied to tonight didn't require cover letters. Um, what did I need? Some sort of antenna. Um, I'm just rambling at this point. I don't know, the world is weird, and we're making it through, each one of us, somehow. Whoa, that's a lot of antennae. That was weird. Why did it just give it to me immediately like that? Okie dokie. Also, the other exciting thing that you can see is that I have just earned regular flying in this zone. So I'm not using skywriting, which means generally I go slower. It's 420% speed increase instead of up to 700 something. But it's more steady. Slow and steady wins a race, right? Um, hmm.
My memory spans 13 generations.
Well, I clicked on the wrong person. I mean, if you're good at skywriting or dragon riding, like, it doesn't matter that you run out of stuff because you've like got it all figured out. But that didn't make any sense. I mean, if you're good at skywriting, it doesn't matter that your energy is limited because you'll be recharging it by the time that you need it again. If you're like, good gameplay can solve that problem basically.
What brought you here?
Um, huh.
Kahet is Korvan.
But sometimes it is nice to not have to worry about the energy running out. Apparently, I was just asking those spider people what they thought about their queen. Oh no, about Araxne ate her husband. That's right. It was like a random citizen. I did this quest and there was this random citizen, and he was like, "You have to hide me from them. They're coming," or whatever. And you only found him because his wife was like, "Hey, where the hell is he? Or where the heck is he?" And and so you find him, you hide him, you like run through the whole city, keeping him out of the sight line of people, and then you deliver him to his wife, and he's like, "No, this is who I wanted you to hide me from," and she eats him, sort of like a female praying mantis after SCX. Uh, and so those villagers are just like, "Well, she comes from a traditional family," which is crazy. They come from a traditional family, by the way, is never a good excuse. Um, except if you're talking about preserving um, harmless uh, cultural practices that would be wiped out by colonists or colonizers, right? But usually when people say, "Oh, they come from tradition, blah, blah, blah," in my experience, it's because they're like anti-gay or racist or something wackadoodle like that. That is, it's a tradition that we've grown out of for a reason. Well, I guess that's my political spiel for the evening. I'll go do this brawl, I guess. Yeah, no, I never said I was thinking well today. I shall also put down the cookies. Bop. But mine is a glyph, you loser. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I love you. Oh, I didn't even make them. Where is it? What? Why aren't they showing up? Hmm. Interesting. I don't know why I'm not creating the hellstones that I need. They should be down there. I would like to use them in a fight, so I could just make those real quick. That would be cool. Very nice. Darn it. The world may never know. Oh, I hope we win this one. We only have one healer, though. We might be screwed. That's alright. Get on my bug. Sorry, I'm burping again because I've got a soda this time. Alright. Who's going left? Who's going right? That's fun. Whoa. Are you guys kidding me? Dang, that was fast. I'm really bad at PvP, by the way. So, we're probably only gonna do this one round. Like, I really need a good team to support me because, man, if they get focused on me, I'm done. Dunzo, dunzo. Oh no, our team is not doing so hot. Oops. And I was clicking the wrong buttons. Man, oh jeez, oh man. Ah, my shield was reloading. Oh no. This is just gonna be like a world of embarrassment. That's okay. It's okay to suffer a little bit. God, I don't even remember my spell buttons. Ugh, I don't like that person. They're faster than me. I'm so not awake, dude. I should not have played this while streaming because the secret's out. I'm bad at PvP. You got it. Don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. Boom. Clap. Sound in my. Where is our team at, dude? Hey, I got somebody. Alright. Darn it. I'm putting a soul stone on this time. Maybe I can create a hellstone? Nope, still can't do that. Not sure why. Not sure what I did to deserve that. Alright, team. Let's do it. Ah! Ah! I'm screwed.
It's too far away.
Alright, you lady. I'm coming for you. Darn it. She got me. Is that the same person too? And the alliance is so cheesy. It's so sad when they get you because it's like you got nuked by a nerd. How dark is that, you know? That one's fine. Oh, they all the last two times that we won this, we really controlled the center, and I feel like they're doing that right now. Uh, and I don't know if it's just like we're all being a little chaotic or like we don't know how to do that yet. I don't know, man. See, when there's like one of them, I can do that. Ah, that movement curse is really important. Apparently.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
Oh. Come on, come on, come on.
I need a target.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was doing. I was not putting my curses on it like I should. Oh, I shouldn't come down here. I'm gonna be cooked. Yo, yes, that was me. I did that. Uh, all right. We're waking up a little. Not very much, but we're waking up a little. Good lord, Jantis. They all spawned at once? Oh my god. From the same hole? Yeah, that's fair. I'm not even going to check the stats. Well, maybe. Is there a way to check them after? Is there a way to check them after you leave? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Cute. I was doing something, I guess. We consider the missive. Alright. So, if you're unfamiliar, I am currently doing rumors, which are like miniature world quests for a specific faction. Um, if you tuned in to, oh yeah, yeah, if you tuned into the last stream, which isn't on YouTube yet, but it will be. Whoa, where did I just go? No way, really? That was weird. What? Okay. Um. Oh yeah, yeah. This city is like full of a bunch of factions, or really just two major ones, and I'm trying to help the ones that are on my side and like a little bit less fascist than the other ones. So, and because I want her gigantic bug. If you get like all the way up there, you can ride. You get a new mount. I want to ride that bug. You're okay, Thimble. You're gonna make me run in a million directions. Hate this part. The stress of it all. Oh my gosh. my goodness, oh my goodness. Let's go, Thimble! Yo! Womp. Simbi. Thank you. Also, big news. Wait. Big news. I got jump. Woo woo. Look at that thing. Ah, so amazing. Totally ridiculous. Completely pointless. And mindful evermore. Also, I look cool as heck. What the heck? Damn. Jump. Look at that thing. Hello. How are you? Jump. Ah! Ugly. Cute. Ugly. Cute. It's because he has really big eyes and he has freaky spiky tendrils. So there's that. I once made a piece of jewelry that looked like this. It was all silver. And then he had garnets going up this way in a necklace. It was pretty nice. I never sold that though. I'm not very good at finding customers. Also, because I don't want to have to do that. Sounds like a waste of time.
I do not recognize you.
Alright, what's this rumor? Schismatic sages. That's an accolade.
My strand carries generations of
Watch that.
memories.
But easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 1, 2. Solved, complete, done, did it. Another rumor. Ooh, and my gear's not even top notch right now. It's broken. Rumors. Rumor. His name is Rumor. That is extremely stupid. It's not even good, that one. Sureki intelligence. Ugh. Is it in here? Yeah. I'll collect that in a second. Got it. Who is that? You're mine. Please don't be marking me for ejection. Alright, we gotta let that go down. I think. Oh my gosh, I'm getting way too warm. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh wait, ooh, I'm back. As always, we are raw and unedited. So that was a very risky moment where my shirt could have come off. And we all would have gotten a lot closer. Ow, my ear hurts. Oh, I solved it. Yay! Agzax.
Where were you assigned?
No, I don't want to do that right now. And I have free will. I think the obsession with free will in public discourse right now is because nobody feels like they have choices for a lot of things. Or it's because we spend so much time like wrapped up in the attention addiction economy that like we need to remind ourselves like we feel like we've broken free every time that we do break free. Did I do it? I did. All right. All right, you know what I said I was gonna do is questing on Kreleresh, and I will do that. So let me go get my mail from wherever in the whatever thingies, and then I'll log out and look at on Kreleresh, especially since it's like 9, so it's like I kind of didn't make my promise. Switch my flight style, get on my Sky Hunter or whatever. Zoom out so I can see where I'm going. Forget about flying well and just fly. Damn, is that what they say in the Air Force? Oh my gosh. Also, I did watch myself back. I have... Whoa. Better. I have seen what it's like to have to watch and listen to me. I apologize. I'm not going to change that, but I know what you go through. I know it's hard. But that's okay. You know, I'll improve over time, or whatever. Maybe. Yeah. That's our mailbox, I think. Whoa. I think I just need some money. Yeah, I just made 11,000 G's. And I'm back up over 100. Good for me. And let's get to Dornegal. There's a moral to the story. It's sell your crafting regions on the auction house. It's like so much easier now because you don't have to set everything. And people always want it, so win-win. Gotta get my repairs on.
I have calibrated my price.
Should I sell all my junk items? Yeah. Yeah, I will. And I'm gonna sell those. Because I don't need those. Definitely don't need those. Oh, and I want to turn in that quest before I log off. That one. What? Okay. Forget that. Ooh, this thing moves like such a creep. Love it.
My directive is to serve you.
What? What? Are you kidding? That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Where's the stick? Do you not have the stick? You do. Cincadea. Wow. That's the PvP gear? That is hot, dude. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Wait, it's... Alright, this dressing room is really bad, but can I make it bigger? Yeah, I can. Good lord, I want that helmet so bad, you have no idea. I'm sorry, that was really embarrassing. Thank God nobody's ever gonna watch this. Unless I put it online. Alright, but what's the difference? Haste or crit strike? Is that it? Alright. I just need over 800 more points from winning. Ugh. In the mode that I'm least good at winning.
Thanks for your patronage.
Great. Hey, at least I have some honor. That's cool. Oh, that's not very good. I kind of already have this look, though. Not the whole look, but enough of it. Hmm. What? I don't know, man. Explorer rank? I don't do Explorer rank. That's crazy. This is cute. It's not as cute as the other one.
My directive has been fulfilled.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
What?
My thanks for your patronage.
I don't really know what those do. What are those used for crafting? What do you craft with them? Ugh.
My
God.
directive has been fulfilled.
It's so complicated. There's so much to learn, and for what?
My directive is to
Just to
serve
be a
you.
little upset. And this is what? The same outfit? Yeah, but barely better. It's like at least you finally get to look like Ethereal. When they first came out with Ethereals, I was like, please, please, please let us look like them. And now they're kind of doing it, and that's actually pretty sick, and I'm kind of taking back what I say right now. Except that I really am at the
My
champion
thanks
level,
for
so...
your patronage.
So what you're telling me is I should be
Supply
better at
goods
PvP
for
in order to
Outlanders.
collect this stuff.
Wine and potions
Alas,
are
Par Yarick, I knew him well.
Is your query crucial? Cycles are short today. May your path be free of dangers.
Oh, that's where this person is. It wants me to go into war mode.
Conversation
I'll do it. Alright, I'll do it. Why am I accepting all these weeklies like the day before? Guess I'm gonna turn this on. Let's hope I have a higher item level than most other players. Wee, I'm riding the rat. Alright, did I do it? I did it, great. Let's go to Kreleresh. Because I already played on Rolanus for like 2 or 3 hours today. Sorry. I'm not addicted to Slurm, but I am addicted to this. Oh. Yo, do we want to play... Ah. Chat, do we want to play in Eversong Woods, in Shadowlands, or like do all this wild post-game stuff on my main? What's the move? Maybe it's Eversong Woods questing. Something relaxing. Or I could go to Shadowlands. But the thing is, I don't have to remember how to play Shaman real quick. And Bastion's so annoying. And I do like being the first lock. You can't have 4 favorite characters. That's so difficult to live like that. Interesting. Yeah, let's play on Krell. Boom. My neck hurts so bad because I have so much stress from trying to find a job. It's breaking my heart. Or whatever. Hee. Alright, what are we doing? What is this? Right. Wow. I don't know why I put a title on Krell. He hasn't really earned it. Taking that off. No title. Wow. We're back in the level of like tens to hundreds of damage. I like when I was doing millions, girl. That shit was banging. Yeah. Hello. Hello, Willithin.
Hold your head high. Time is of the essence.
Oh, I wasn't even... I do like Shadow Bolt. It is way cool. Glad I have that. Chat, do any of you want to develop a parasocial relationship with me? Just kidding. That's only fun if like 3,000 of you do it at once. It's not fun if it's just like one of you. That's like weird. Does Twitch like promote your stream? Like on TikTok, if you post enough, like repeatedly, like they'll feature you on the For You page, on somebody's For You page, because like they know you're a reliable source. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to do that. God, could you imagine if I had to like talk to a lot of people? Ugh. But like, I'm curious because I keep going live and I'm like, do I have to promote it? Because I'm not going to do that. It's in Twitch's best interest to be promoting stuff. I'm not doing that. Maybe we need, as streamers, we need a labor union. Equal rights. Respect your workers. That's the real problem with like monopolies, is they spend so much time at the top they forget they have to respect their workers, and then that's when things start going really badly. I mean, things go really badly in general for monopolies, but
We will persevere.
I don't know why I went on that rant either. What's up with me today? I am reading a lot of like political economics theory lately, which is like kind of a bummer, but also kind of like fine. Ugh. It's nice to see that somebody's thinking about these things so that I don't have to. Although then I go do it anyways, so who cares, right? Ugh, just a bag full of junk. And running. I thought there was more to do there at Far Strider Retreat. Now, we got cut off the stream last time with Krell, so you didn't see I finished the quest in Dusk, like in the Spire, in Duskweather Spire. But I don't know, there's something undiscovered over there too, because the name is being cut off on the map. Wow.
The eternal sun guides us.
God, I love this music.
Keep your wits about you. Remember the sun well.
Item level 107 versus whatever the heck is going on here. It's a nice old cello, you know? Alright, let's go mess with the Amani Trolls. Classic. Classic move. And running. Keep running. You can do it. Run right through that little thing. Yeah. Probably should do something. Oh, Magister Duckswither's alive? That's who I was just talking to? He had a whole spire named after him. Oh, this whole area was so difficult back in the day. Because, like, I think you'd get, like, multiple that would attack you. And it was unmanageable. I want to see the little, you know, silver elite name thing, not that little silver star thing. Are they still there? Is it a different? Is it a different category that I'm like not understanding? I guess this is the moment where it'd be nice to have followers, because then I would like get the answers to those questions live. You know, I could pull up the web right now, but actually, I don't think my computer can handle it. But also, I think it's like the computer was designed well. The issue is actually the all the trackers from the websites. Uh, if you've never done this, open your control panel where you can like Control Alt Delete task list task manager, um, and look at it after you've closed down Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or anything like that. Ugh, Adobe is terrible for this. Um, they all run background processes long after you've closed and like continuously. I'm sure it's all like ad tracking or something. Um, but they'll have like 9 or 10 processes going at once. Uh, and just having that open saps my computer enough that World of Warcraft has trouble opening if those are running in the background. So like God forbid I have World of Warcraft already open and then I try to open those. It's really bad. But yeah, no, the trackers are just like vile. Um, I'm sure some of it too is just like operational to make sure that it looks really smooth on the surface. Like it's basically loading all these things before you actually have to use them. Um, but like, don't do that if the computation isn't there to support it. You know? That's like on Halo Infinite on the Xbox, which I'm not going to stream. Sorry, I would love to, but I don't actually know how to do that. It is so dedicated. That game, like the software is designed to be so dedicated to opening with a pick up where you left off kind of thing and never having to fully shut down that it keeps itself open like long after it needs to. So I go back to the game like a week later, I click it open, and it spends double, triple the amount of time it takes to reboot the game because it's like trying to fetch old cache data. And I'm like, who designed this? Like, like why isn't there a cutoff when the return starts getting going into the negative? It's really, really like stupid, you would think. And basic, really basic. Um, I don't know what they think that they're adding to the game by keeping those things in there, or what the trade-off is. Again, I'm not like a game dev, um, but I am, pretty experienced with UX and psych research, and it just cannot be worth the trade-off. It might be worth the trade-off for somebody who like is kind of a nerd and doesn't understand human behavior. Like that makes sense to me. Um, but if those companies want to hire me, I'll tell them that. Otherwise, I'll have to find this stream, I guess, which nobody really does. Anyways, uh, hmm, that's okay. That's okay. We're just here to have fun, hang out, talk. A 52. That's why it's going so fast. This 52 is helping that level line. Yeah, I got the axe throwers. Alright. Again, though, I mean, is that just a symptom of monopolies? Right? If they don't have any competition, they have no incentive to keep their product the best it can be, right? Because nobody's going to outcompete them. And that's kind of true with Halo. I mean, Halo's one of a kind. There really isn't much else like it. I mean, there are, I mean, yeah, of course there are things like it, but if you're a Halo fan, there's only Halo, right? Everything else is just a mockery. Hmm. Should multiple companies be allowed to make, like, use a certain IP? You know? Like, I hope the mouse's lawyers don't come after me, but like, if they don't care what I'm saying, it's true. Like, if Disney, excuse me, sorry, uh, like if Disney didn't have exclusive rights to Mickey Mouse, uh, they would be forced to be making the best Mickey Mouse content possible, um, because they would have to compete with, pretenders. Maybe that's, I don't know. I mean, you kind of see it with Steamboat Willie because he's public domain now, isn't he? Was it Winnie the Pooh as well? Can't remember. But when that went public domain, it was like everybody started making everything with it. And did that really do much? I don't know. But like, what if you made a whole video game with it? I'm really rambling right now. I don't know why. Sorry. Ugh. Gosh, I hope you don't want to die.
How you doing, man? Spirits be with ya, man.
I mean, there must be something different about a creative product, an artistic product, like a novel or a painting or a cartoon character, right? Because they can actually be replicated really easily. There is no competition there, isn't there? Hmm. I don't know what that means. Well, that's questions for my PhD studies to figure out if I ever get into school. I swear I'm not as bitter as I sound. I'm actually quite happy with my life. I'm way happier than when I worked in my last job. You know, to give you a sense, it was like 3 years I worked at that job, and
What business
maybe
have you?
after the first 4 months or so, so 2 years and 8 months of coming home every day and saying, why am I doing this? Or I don't like my life.
The reckoning is at hand. Death to all who oppose us. Keep your wits about you.
And that's the funniest thing is like, I tried to solve that by adding.
Glory to the Sindorai, Shorel-Oran. Be ready for anything.
Oh, and
We will have
I
justice.
there's quite a few psych studies demonstrating that humans seem to tend to add to solve a problem rather than subtract, and subtracting might be an equally viable or better choice. I like another word. What's rot and decay? I just like that. And I was just adding and adding. Like, I was at one point I was at 3 different martial arts schools. I added a master's degree part time to do. It was just like I wanted to do everything under the sun because my daily work was so bad. It was like I don't like doing any of this. So how am I going to go home at the end of the day and feel something? Well, I had to like essentially use the money I was making to go do something I really liked. Um, but that didn't work. That just exhausted me. And also, those places turned out like it made me really unaware of the way other things like that didn't serve me well affected me. So like I stayed like one school that I went to broke my rib 3 times. They're kind of physically abusive. And it took me forever to just like say I don't need to come back here because I was like comparing it to work and I was like, well, it's something I love to do and it's martial arts, it's karate, I get to do this. They're good in other ways. So, I guess the moral of the story is we all have to do jobs we don't like, but if you're particularly sensitive to it, and even if you're not, just get out as soon as you can into something you do like. I mean, I totally believe less money and a better life is a better formula than more money and a terrible life. Which is why the next step is more money and a great life, right? You want to enjoy your life and have money because we live in capitalism. So you kind of need the money. Womp womp. Nightmare.
State your business. Keep your wits about you.
Maybe that's why I wanted to play Krell. Eversong Woods is so calming to me and peaceful, as I'm sure it is for many people. And I've done all these quests, so maybe it was just a way to sneak in some free space to my brain where I wouldn't notice it and then I would start venting to you all. This is like a very, I realize it's kind of a a heavy stream today. It just sounds like you drank too much water.
Our enemies will fall.
Oh, I hope that pot isn't boiling over.
Salama Ashalinore.
It looks fine. I'm making ginger and mushroom tea. It's better than it sounds on the stove. It needs to boil for 2 hours because the roots are dried. So, I do love the Tainted Soil quest. Memoise. Oh, I gotta go get that quest before I'm doing all this. Bing bong. Let me through. Thank you. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I should get out Ixtal the Observling.
Baladash Malinore.
Baladash Malanore. I wonder if they completed this language, or if it's just snippets. Does it have a full vocabulary? By they, I mean the lore masters, of course, or whatever. I would learn High Elven. Would I? I feel like I would like to write notes in it. People would read my notes and be like, "Excuse me." You know, I saw so many people at that job who had gone through the same thing. You know, they didn't want to talk about it, um, but who had never planned to be in that kind of job. Um, Never really wanted to be there. Maybe just took it starting out. And then we're there 10 years later, you know, had hit their 5 year anniversary. Usually it was the 10-year anniversary people, or the 15 or the 25, who were just so obliterated on the inside. There was one woman who I had met as an undergrad, or sorry, as when I was in the master's program. So then I saw her again this year, actually. Um, so that is 6 years after I met her. Um, so she'd been, and she was newish. I think she had just started a year prior. She's in a pretty high stress role working with survivors of intimate violence um, on the campus, and had taken on some more leadership roles. And she was professional as always, but like the light behind her eyes was gone, and she had gained a lot of weight, just like I gained a lot of weight. And um, I mean, so many people were like that. Some of them get really bitter, but most of them just get really numb, really, really quiet, you know. Um, they don't talk about really anything about their job. They just come in, they get it done. They don't talk about what's good about it or what's bad about it. Um, they definitely don't have a sociological imagination about it and critique it to try to create a better world. They're just it's good benefits, and they have families to feed. Um, they have a house in the suburbs that is just an unimaginable amount of debt for anybody, because America runs on debt, right? Um, I get why they didn't leave. It's so scary out here. And if I didn't know that that job was so horrible for me, like I know it so viscerally and in quantitative, abstracted ways as well. Um, Even knowing all that, I feel pulled back to it a lot of times. I think, oh, I'm so foolish for having left that. It's a sweet gig, you know, like really great pay. Not like such great pay that you never have to work again, but like you could work your entire life on that salary, and um, over the years, eventually build enough to have a family and blah blah blah. And not too long, right? Like it's like mediocre, but it's not subpar. It's above the living wage. It has benefits, so you get your health care and everything. And and it's the American dream, but it's not for me. That stability. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can trade excitement and joy for stability. I
State your
think
business.
I'll take the highs and lows,
Kreleresh. Remember the
um,
sun well.
which is easy to say during the highs, right? But I'm in one of the lows right now, honestly. I don't have a job. It's really scary. I might have to move back with
We
my
will
parents.
persevere.
And
Ready for anything.
but I'm determined to make it work, and So what? So what if I don't have the salaried position? I mean, I know there's some people who kill for it, and I wish I could just hand it to one of those people. But, oh, I was supposed to go get that guy.
The dark times will pass. The reckoning is at hand.
Yeah, I think that's, you know, but that's what I mean. You know, it's taken me a lot of internal and, you know, psycho-emotional work to get out of that mindset of that stability mindset, which I did not have before the job. You know, the job and its various, you know, perks, the benefits that the company gives you, ingrain that in you. It teach you over the years. If you stay there long enough, I think no matter who you are, you would end up doing that. Which is again why, you know, I think that the situation of those people who had been in the job 10 years or something and were dead inside is sad and pitiable, but I don't blame them for it in any way. In fact, it's kind of like, if anything, we as a society need to rescue them
We will have justice.
from pains that are socially inflicted, right? By the very structure of the way we do business, by the structure of companies, of corporations, and of universities, which run like a corporation or a company. I don't know. So think about that, I guess. Uh, those poor saps. At least I'm out of there.
Dark times will pass. Remember the sun well.
And I guess that is why you meet people like adults, middle-aged, where some of them have really decided, I'd rather be broke and happy, and some of them have really decided, I'd rather be sad and rich.
Glory to the Sindorai. Salama Ashalanore.
Well, it's not even rich, it's just like moderately well off.
Anu Belore Delana.
I'd rather be sad and stable-ish, is what they want. And you meet adults who have such strong convictions about it. I wonder if that's like they have gone through a similar period that I'm going through in their lives. They had a job that was like not quite for them, but seemed like kind of a sweet gig, and they ditched it, and they had to decide at that point of their lives if they wanted to, I don't want to say sell out, but if they wanted to go for stability or they wanted to go for happiness. I think I've made my bed to lay in, but I do wish that the consequence wasn't the risk of financial ruin, you know. But that's
Our
capitalism.
enemies will fall.
Anario Shola. I've been reading some writing by Wolfgang, I don't know how you say, Streak, was a German political thinker. We've heard of those before, right? Karl Marx. Anyways, he's a German political thinker. He's not Marx. I don't think he's a Marxist. I don't know. I don't really care. But he's been trying to analyze, you know, is capitalism ending? How will it end? And if so, what's coming next? And like most people who are tackling that question, he doesn't say, oh, here's the system that's going to replace it. But he does think that it will end. I'm pretty on board with that. I've read some other people who are in a similar vein, even David Graeber. Um, but Wolfgang Streeck thinks that it won't necessarily be replaced by anything except a period of flux, of play with different political forms, which basically just means another Dark Ages. I think what he misses, of course, is part of David Graeber's optimism about anarchic structures, right? Uh, I think exactly what Graeber would call political play, um, Streeck might call chaos, right? Which have very different connotations. Um, and I think that gives you a hint about what they think. So are we going into that period of play? I don't know. Maybe. Probably, actually. Do I wish that it weren't really during my lifetime and that I could have some nice stability and protection from the state? Sure. Um, it means that we'll each have to be a little bit. It's a life characterized by survival and improvisation rather than one characterized by protection by the state. Um, Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is the warlords period in Japan. Um, right? But I mean, plenty of villagers had great lives during that time. They had friends and family and loved ones, and I'm sure some of them like didn't have loved ones go to war and were fine and died old. The problem is, of course, it's just less likely. And so, on a social scale, we have a duty to create a society that protects each other. Murlocs really got less scary once you could handle multiple enemies, right? They're annoying, but I wouldn't say scary. Not as scary as capitalism. I should say too, if you don't agree with Street, go read it rather than argue with me because I'm not presenting the argument in full, obviously. I'm just presenting tidbits. Um, and so you're getting a very incomplete picture. For example, he states that, the super rich will become super richer. There will be a small group of people who get um, really quite uh, ridiculously wealthy during these dark ages. So he's saying, it doesn't necessarily just all go away. Disparities and patterns persist. These are the sort of flapping remnants of capitalism, but we wouldn't call it a global capitalist structure like in the way that we saw it in the 70s or so, right? Well, really the 60s because it changed in the 70s, right? And 80s and 90s. 90s was globalization, right? Sorry, I'm playing a video game and talking about this at once, so it's a little hard. But 60s was like the end of domestic capitalism and the growth period as we saw it. So we had to sort of shrink growth while keeping profits. which started to lead to the things that we have now, right? And I do know that there were like chunks of periods in the 70s and 80s with different things, Reagan, etc., finance becoming an industry. Um, I don't really care about that right this second. I guess I wasn't really trying to give a political economics lecture, but these are the things I'm thinking about, okay? And it's the things I'm thinking about while I'm playing WoW. And, you know, WoW is mirroring some of these things. I mean, God, WoW has its own economy, right? People have been very upset. If you play Classic, people are not so thrilled with how inflationary the coins have gotten in retail. WoW. And it's like, why should we even give a crap? It's a video game that we made up, and it doesn't really matter. Um, but it happens like that. It's just, I'm sure there are some very interesting studies on, you know, WoW's in-game economy. But I haven't read them. Well, I've read one a long, long time ago, so I'm sure it's out of date, and there could be some cool additions. I thought there was a quest right here. No. The map said there was. Alas, I do not see it. I shall turn in my quests to what's-his-face. Up on the hill. How we doing, chat? Good? Good.
Our enemies will fall. We will have justice.
He's echoing a little, but I don't know why. Who lost rudders? Huh. Oh.
I don't have a tongue.
Interesting. I don't know why that's showing up on the map. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button. That was crazy. You know what is so weird is that me, like, kind of ranting about political economic theory for a minute calmed me down so much. I'm feeling very mellow right now. Like, and like, what? Like, there's not even incense burning or anything. It's just like, I feel pretty chill. Oh man. What is that about? Maybe I am built for academia. Alright, I think this is glitching out. Oh no, they just killed that Murloc. Okay. Uh-oh, Skadios. Yeah, I mean, if social theory is what chills me out, maybe I should go do that for a career. But who would have me, right? I'm kind of living in a culture that's rejecting all that right now. Alright, I need to find my Murrow. Oh, here he is.
I need to target something first.
There you go. That was weird. Why would they show that quest on the map if it was something from an item? Whoever invented Murlocs is a really interesting person. I'll say that. I don't want to meet them, ever, but I find them interesting. And I'm proud of them. I think they did something very good. Because they're funny. He swimming, swimming, swimming. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Wow, what if I did my sociology lectures like for my students, but as live streams where I'm just chatting and they have to watch the whole live stream? Would that be more fun or less fun for a student? I feel like they would hate that. Or not? I really don't know. Is that an innovative teaching style or is that a waste of freaking time? No idea. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if your professor was like, you have to watch my stream. You have to watch me play this video game. Otherwise, you're gonna get F. That'd be so fucking funny. Oh, that is not what I thought that did. That's the one I wanted. Wee. Oh, don't I have one in my breath? Oh, there's someone else in the water with me. Also looking. Um, I thought all the, like, I thought there were chests down here that I could pick up. Are other people grabbing them? Is that what's going on? Or is that a dead quest that they don't do anymore? Pretty little boat. Wee down. What is that? A snail? A snail. Best warlock ability, Unending Breath. Underrated. Really not the best one, but it's alright. I got my squad with me, my whole team here. That little crazy void creature, and then also Jugnar. God, at least it's not Bell Nuts. Sorry, Bell Nuts. It's just a bad name, dude. Where are the armaments? Are people grabbing them? Is that what's up? There's one. Oh, great. They scaled with me. Where are we at? An hour and a half? Cool, my tea will be ready almost soon.
I don't have a target.
It's probably gonna be way too gingery like last time. But that was so good for my digestion. The mushroom is, it's like panis cocoa or something. And then of course ginger. Both of them dried. You can get them probably at your local Asian grocery store in the tea section or in the traditional medicine section because they're used for that. Yeah, the mushroom is like little white cubes of whatever kind of mushroom, panis cocoa or whatever. Try it up. Did everybody get this quest at the same time and they're all picking up vitamins boxes? And both that and ginger are good for digestion. Although the ginger is really for flavor because the mushroom is like, it's like mushroom. Like you want mushroom broth as your tea? Kind of lame. Ginger it up. Put a bird on it. Or a ginger. Oh, that's like a person. I don't want to do this. Alright. What's his face? The Reckless. And Kreleresh, the Affliction Lock. Ugh. One of my ex-boyfriends heavily implied I have undiagnosed autism. Kind of wild to say. And I'm usually like, that guy's ridiculous. Except then I'll be sitting here playing video game, I'll start rocking back and forth because it's more comfortable. And I'm like, okay, not really beating the allegations.
I need a target.
Yeah, thanks, other guy. That, you know, how do they do that? How do they do that? If it's scaling for me and it's scaling for him and I'm a level 27 and he's a level 14, I guess percentages, just making sure we all do the same percentage worth of damage. That's wild. I mean, I feel like that's pretty complicated. It's not 2004 anymore. I'm starting to understand why those people were in the water. I think there's too many people up top. Ooh, swim speed. Boop. So the enemies aren't dropping the armaments. I'm not seeing them in the water. Am I doing something wrong? I saw one. Ugh. had a dream the other night that a human being was in love with me. I mean, obviously a particular one. I'm not saying who. Uh, I'm not saying it means anything either, but it was nice, you know, to have that feeling. And then you start to wonder, you're like, it's been a while since I've been in a relationship. Is my, you know, mind body just working really hard to make sure that I feel that at some point during the years? Because it like needs a dose of it every once in a while. And the way I could most effectively do that was in the middle of a dream where I woke up and thought that it was real life until, you know, I realized I was waking up. I mean, if so, that's kind of janked up. God. But whatever. That's how you know there is no God, right? Just kidding. Haha, unless... Where are these armaments? Nice boat, though. I like the red. It's very lively. And the woodwork. Who did that? Termites? It's nice. Oh, this is nice. Y'all. Do I have to, like, camp on the armament spawn points? Brutal. Maybe it's just not time to do this quest. Maybe it's time to go do something else. Yeah. Do that when I'm dead. Bing bong. Yeah. Oh, that's a food crate. Yo, I see an armament thing. Yay. Uh-oh, he looked mad. Kreleresh. Dang. He used the auto picker too. And it did not pick. Whatever. It's cool.
Victory lies ahead, Shorel Oran. We will have justice.
Sweet. So what, the boats got attacked or something? Wow, none of that is what I wanted. Okay. What? Where are these other ones? Oh, I don't want to do that. Untrack. I thought I untracked those in the last one. Oops. What? That's how you do that? Oh my god, I love that. Ugh, I'll go around. Which way do I want to go? I'll go this way. G. It's auto tagged to G. Alright. Cool. Well, now I know how to do that. Learn something new every day in retail. That cello, man. It feels like an influence of Game of Thrones, honestly. It feels like it influenced that in some part. I don't know how. Maybe same composer was in the room or something. He just played the game. She played the game growing up. Who knows? Bing, 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 bong. What did I just say? Oh, gotta energize the rune stone. Should I open that tattered chest? I've been doing that a lot lately. Yep, that's about what I expected. Cute.
What business have you? Keep your wits about you.
Oh, I have to go to the other one. That's right. I remember. Quests. What? They're warband? Warband or whatever? Oh, I thought I was earning an achievement. Sorry, for those of you who didn't understand what I'm just complaining about, I thought I was earning the achievement of like doing all the quests here. And I forgot that one, the starting areas, you don't even get that achievement. And two, it's a warband thing. So because I did it on my main, Kana doesn't count. It's just not the stone. Alright. Uh-oh, we got some nerds. Did I do it? Ugh. Did I eat dinner? Hmm. This guy didn't want to help with mine, but he was. Whatever. Ouch. Huh. I just burned my toe on my laptop's energy pack. Maybe I should stop playing soon if the computer's gonna be that warm. But maybe we can just do it. I don't really want to open core temp, so hee hee hee. You know, talking out loud on the stream, like, it's such a weird experience because you sort of know that somebody's watching you, but you sort of forget routinely. Um, and then like there are moments in the game that I feel like I know some of the people who watch this do not play this game at all, because they're friends of mine, um, and they're very sweet for watching it. So I'm like explaining sometimes like how something is working or why we're doing that. Um, and I'm like, dang, I have like a large and possibly unnecessary amount of information stored in my brain somewhere about this. Like, why do I know what the Core Temp app is? Precisely because of this game, right? For those of you who don't have Core Temp, it's a little app you can get for your computer to see how hot it is on the inside. It must have sensors. Yes, it does have sensors to do that. So it just reads that and tells you because it's normally hidden. And it's good to know if your fan is keeping up, you know, or if you need to buy a cooling pad or something. All right, let's see if we can just finish this quest off. But would it even matter if I did it? Wow, somebody's cooking something delicious and it's nearby. They might be grilling in the backyard. It might be my neighbor downstairs. It smells really good. Or it's my kitchen. Alright, no, we're good. I'll go swimming again. Sindorai. Sindorai. I could just abandon it and go quest somewhere that's gonna get me towards Lore Master. Because I don't think I have that title. I do not. Oh, let's do that. Ayer. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What do I not have yet? Wait, do I have to do those on Alliance? I guess it's off to the Plague Lands. I don't have the Plague Lands. Track that. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. I apologize. What if it was like every time you swear on like cable and they have to look at the camera and be like, we apologize for that and we're sorry for that. We apologize for that to the FCC. And then they have to pay a fine. But it's like every time that I sing or do something super cringe while I'm not like paying attention or while I'm paying attention, I have to be like, I'm sorry for that.
Victory lies ahead.
There will be no payment though, sorry. Alright, let's go to Lights Hope Chapel. Chapel Rowan. Rowan. Sorry for that. See what I did there? Questing. Wave. The ball. The ball. That's my mouse. It's my pointer. It's amazing. If you don't have one, get one, loser. Ugh. It must not matter if you're Quarter Alliance for the Core Master. Yeah, I think that's it. What time are we at? Hour 45. Hour 45 of me yapping. We've covered a lot of topics today. Thanks for joining in. I think I want to grab some quests and maybe get started and then maybe start to head out. I know I cut them off a little abruptly, but that's okay. It's literally like 2 hours long, so you have enough time. Although maybe this is just that media you put on in the background to listen to casually, like Delilah, the radio show. Delilah. Sorry for that. You know, I remember very distinctly one time my mom loves Delilah, and we were riding home very late at night. We had to drive a lot because I lived in the middle of the woods growing up. So everything was far away. We're driving home, the stars are out, listening to Delilah. Very peaceful, right? And I was like thinking to myself, you know, I don't think she ever has a gay couple on. Like, it's always a guy with a sweetheart or something. Or it's someone saying partner and being vague about it. And I was like, that's so wussy. You know, just get those LGBTQIA plus couples on Delilah. That would have really, mattered to me as a kid. And it's still, I noticed it, right? I was like 12 and I noticed it. And I was like, that's so sad. And I guess this show isn't for me, So it's always been tainted for me. Like, it's my mom really loves it, and I love that for her and for us, and I love like the memories of it, but there's always a little dark spot about it because of that. I don't mean to have a chip on my shoulder. I'm just saying, like, I think that's exactly what we talk about when we say we wish we were represented, right? Any marginalized group.
Well, spit it out. Have a good one.
It's just that perpetual slight discomfort in different areas of society. It's sometimes larger than slight, but for me and Delilah, it was slight. And I always used to, imagine who would I call in to Delilah and say, who would I call in to and say, this is for so and so, and what song would I pick for Delilah for that person? And I was like a teenager, so it was like whoever I had a crush on at the time. Until I really realized that she probably wouldn't take my call, or she might, but she'd force me to say girlfriend or something.
How are you?
Or her producers, maybe she's very, very open to it. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm afraid to look it up at this. But, you make do. You still imagine it. Still imagine it. Yeah, and get somewhere. I need slabs of carrion worm meat. That's sexy. I think I'm going to try to upload this stream tonight. It's kind of like a pretty full one. And there's one other one in between if you missed it. So check it out on YouTube. That's what they are. Do I really want Grimoire of Sacrifice?
I need a target. It's too far away.
I love that instant cast Shadow Bolt. That is very sexy to me. Does anyone know how to auto-generate captions? Because lordy, I do not know how. But I want to make the videos accessible. But I also am really, I don't like when the auto-generated are incorrect. It's made us all very numb to it. It's not a big deal, but I did realize the other day that like a lot of text on the internet now, infographics, whatever, has errors in it. And I don't know if that's because it's AI generated, which is actually quite accurate because it's based off of, really rigorous linguistics. But I think it's just actually like a lack of schooling and a lack of people caring about it. And then also, of course, the proliferation of second languages on the internet, which is great and very good. So maybe we just don't need to be so tight about it. But I would like to see some regular, not have to fire up the anterior cingulate cortex to correct things in my brain all the time when I'm reading. Even, Wolfgang Streak, which I mentioned earlier in the stream, who I mentioned earlier in the stream, sorry, is he is German and he's quite wordy, perhaps a little more than he has to be in classic academic fashion. And some of his sentences don't string together properly. I mean, really, I've checked. um, it's a little, you know, but maybe that's just an issue of L2, right? And that's kind of admirable, right? Because I don't write books in Spanish in my L2. Uh, my L3 and 4 are like pathetically beginner, so L2 being, second language. I hope that was clear. I don't really have to say that, I think. Let's get some wrappings. Oh, you know what I'm smelling? That smells like really good cooked food. It's the ginger. It's the ginger. It is my stove. Who is fearing me? And how? I should go take that off the stove. Stephen Browman. He is not doing so hot, huh? He probably used to look human. Also, what a name, right?